today I'm out here talking about caring for young shade trees. So many of you are probably like me. You have a young shade tree in your house that you just planted. You just bought a house, you just planted a tree. Now it's time to care for it. Well, one of the things that we need to do is look at some of the pruning. So notice this tree was planted last year, and one of the things that I did to it was I just left it alone. I didn't prune anything off of it just yet, just because I wanted to kind of make sure that it got a good start. And because the first year that you plant a tree, basically we're growing roots. The second year we kind of creep along, you get some growth. The next year we'll start to see the third year we'll start to see a lot of new growth on the tree itself, depending on what kind of species you plant. This is a white oak tree. I've always wanted a white oak tree in my yard, so I finally got one. So, and by the way, this tree was free from the Trees Upstate that does a free tree giveaway in conjunction with Duke Powell. So be sure you check out Trees Upstate to get a look at how you can get a free tree. So one of the things that we're doing today is kind of looking at some of the pruning issues that we have. So like I said, I've left this on here. I'm going to try and move the camera a little closer if I can, or I will zoom in and out, hopefully post-production. So, but one of the things we want to start doing here is looking at our branch architecture. So we have some main branches that we want to establish. So what we want to talk about branch architecture? We're talking about the big branches, the main branches that will be on the trunk. Well, before we do some of that though, let's look at some obvious ones. We call it the D's: dead, disease, dying. Those are the first three we want to take off, and we always take those off no matter what. The second rule we want to make sure we obey is that we always take off no more than 1/3 of the total growth at one time. Now, when is the best time to prune this tree? It's actually in the dead of winter. So actually, during the winter time, late spring. I'm a little late, but I've been working, so please bear with me. But obviously this worked out because I'm getting to create this nice video for you. So I'm going to start off by looking for any dead and diseased branches that I might have. So I don't see anything too bad on here. The next thing I'm going to start looking for is establishing my branch architecture. Now, I want to start looking for main branches, and I'm going to start about 1/3 of the way up the tree, and that's going to be my main first branch. Because also what I want to do is raise the canopy up, because as this tree grows, I don't want to be bumping my head when I'm mowing. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'll remove these lower branches. And that was a bad cut. Be sure your printers are nice and sharp. And you want to make sure that you cut just next to the trunk, leaving a nice branch collar. Okay, so you can kind of see what I did there. Like I said, I'm raising the canopy up. Now what I'm going to look for is my branch architecture. So this branch right here is probably going to be my first branch, and I also want to look for branches that have a 45-degree angle roughly, and that's what I want to, that's what I'll know is a good solid branch. Now some of these little branches I'm going to take off, because I want the energy to go into these architecture branches. Now, then it becomes, you got to start looking for, it's kind of a guesswork process. There is no really, every tree is different. So every tree is going to have a different situation. So if you're not sure, take pictures, send them to us. We're more than happy to help you. But as you can see, it becomes a little more involved as you get the further along you go. But we're going to just be removing some of these branches, creating that nice architecture. As we go up the tree. Again, being careful not to disturb more than 1/3 of the growth. Now, the other thing I want to do is I got to consider this is my top growth. So I've got one or two branches here that are a little too long and a little too big for this area of the tree. So I'm definitely going to take those off. And you can see that left a big cut, so I can go back and trim that up. Now this one's interesting. I hope you can see it. We have 3 branches coming out from the center. Now I'm going to actually remove all 3 of these because these 3 are too big for this area. I'm worried they're going to become co-dominant. So I'm actually going to remove all 3 of them. Alright, I've got one more right here that's probably a little too big for the area it's at. So I'm going to remove that. And then from here, again, just kind of creating that architecture. Kind of feels like you're at the hairstylist, huh? Now, I just noticed something on my tree that's not included in this video. So it actually was a spider. So a lot of people, when they see bugs or spiders on their plants, they tend to panic. You don't want to do that. Not all bugs are bad, not all spiders are bad. Spiders are actually a good thing. Spiders are predators and they will take care of a lot of your insect pests for you. So don't go too quick being too hasty and killing them just yet. Alright, so the only problem with what we've done so far is we've kind of taken off almost right at 1/3, maybe a little more, so I'm going to stop and just kind of let him grow, and we'll actually be here hopefully next year to do some more pruning on this. So for more great videos like this, keep watching our Facebook page. We're going to be trying to put out a lot more like this, trying to serve the public as we're working from home and we're working remotely, and as our offices are closed to the public, but we're still serving you. So we hope that you'll still give us a call and hopefully email us and message us on Facebook. We'd love to help you, and we hope that you have a great day and God bless you.